Hi, beautiful girls. I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday. So we're going to have our first little talk today, and it is going to be on friendship and how to keep friends. And this was suggested by, I believe it's Anna Grace. Let me know if that was not correct, but that's what your Twitter name said. And I just want to give a shout out to Anna Grace. Thanks for this topic. So I am going to read some things that I found in the Bible and on the internet, and just some different thoughts for you, thought-provoking ideas on how to keep good, wonderful friendships. So first of all, I found something that talked about 5 important things to have in a friendship. And that includes sacrifice, to love and accept that person unconditionally, which means that it's not set on how they act. No matter what they do, you love them. And third, to trust them completely. Fourth, to have healthy boundaries, which boundaries is just like setting up things that you're allowed to do and things you don't want to do in a friendship. And finally, to have mutual edification. So, just in a friendship, it's very important, like the first one, sacrifice, to always be there for someone, even if it's not to your benefit. So say, like, you really wanted to go to a movie one day, and they really needed to talk to you. Something really bad happened. And so rather than going to that movie, you would stay there and talk to them. And that's really important for a friend, to be there for them and sacrifice yourself. Loving and accepting them unconditionally. Sometimes in life we're going to disagree on things. And if your friend's doing something that you don't approve of, this can also be in family relationships as well, in any relationship. If you don't agree with something that they're doing, you just still have to love them through it and just be there for them. I know I've disagreed with a lot of my friends, and as we've grown up, we've come to have different beliefs, and some of them we've disagreed on many a thing, and I have learned to just say, I don't agree with that, and this is what I believe, but I still love you, and I'm here for you anytime you want to talk. So just be open and let them know that you can be there for them, even if you don't agree on something. Trust completely. That would mean that you keep your heart open, and sometimes that means you get hurt. But by doing that, you're always there for them. And if you keep Christ first and you're not putting them first, then it won't be as hard to put yourself out there for them and trust them. And if you're both being good Christians, then, and we all mess up sometimes, but if you're both being good Christians, then trusting each other is the way that it's supposed to perfectly be. So that's what we're working towards. We're never going to be like Christ, but we always strive to be Christ-like. Healthy boundaries. That's important in any relationship, to make sure that you set up rules in the beginning of your friendship. If you're going to go somewhere, make sure that you've stated that. In any circumstance, if you're hurt by something, one of my roommates recently is struggling with someone, clothes. We struggle with, we have 8 girls in my house, and sometimes we share clothes. And you have to just tell someone, I'm okay with you borrowing my stuff, just let me know. And that's a way of putting up boundaries. Or if you don't want them to borrow it, then just say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you borrowing my stuff. So just be open and upfront about that in the beginning. And if they did do that without you knowing, then talk to them about it. And that can prevent you from gossiping. By talking to that person, you ex-nay on the gossip. Final thing, mutual edification. And there was a verse for this one as well. It is Proverbs 27:6, and it says, "Wounds from a friend can be trusted." And it says, Christian friends who will build each other up emotionally, physically, and spiritually are the true Christian friends. So it's very important to just encourage your friends. Tell them how much you love them, how beautiful they look that day, inside and out. Girls are really good with words, so always encouraging, strengthening, lifting them up. Another great verse about that, and you can laugh at me for this, but it is Proverbs 27:17, and it's, as iron sharpens iron, So a friend sharpens a friend. Yes, I know I can't say Arn, but that's just one of my little flaws, so you can laugh if you want. But it's just saying that as you encourage your friend, you can build them up through the Bible, through the Word, just like metal is sharpening metal, or Arn sharpens Arn. You can encourage each other as Christians. Let's see, what else did I find for you today on friendship? Another thing is there's 3 types of friendships. There's mentoring friendship, a mentee friendship, and a mutual friendship. So the 3 big M's. The first one is basically saying you can be a mentor towards someone. So if you are older than someone or you've been a Christian longer, then be a mentor to them and help them learn how to read the Bible, how to have quiet time, how to grow in the Word, how to have good friends and obey the Bible and have a relationship with God. A mentee is basically being that person that is learning from someone mentoring. So I would encourage you girls to go to your counselor at school, or go to a counselor even at church, your small groups. Find someone that's older than you that can teach you and let you know about the things that they've been through when they were younger, because they've all been through those things and they have had that experience, so they can help you. And I hope that I can be your mentor as well, and that you would be willing to be my mentee, because I'd love to teach you what I'm learning. And finally, a mutual friendship means that you're both at the same level, and so you're just encouraging each other, just like that verse we read in Proverbs, Arn sharpens Arn. You're both building each other up. You're at the same level. You're friends. You're encouraging each other. Something that is hard that you can realize is like, I remember when I was younger, we drew these circles in a group that I was in, and you have to kind of, and this is difficult sometimes, but realize the people that are in your close-knit group. You don't want to exclude other people, but you want to find out the people that can build you up, just like those mentors. So like my mom is someone that's in my little close-knit circle, and then you can put people in the outer circles that you're not as close to, but you want to build up. And then like people that you don't really know, acquaintances, are in that further out circle. And by doing that, you realize who you can confide in and trust. It doesn't mean that you don't trust other people, but that keeps you in a closer relationship with them and allowing, I'm trying to make sure I don't say this in the wrong way, but it allows you to not get hurt as easily because you know you can trust them. And as you continually grow in the Word, then you're able to grow with each other. Even Jesus had a close-knit group. His disciples, for an example, were his close group. So it's important to have that. But don't try to make someone feel left out. I'm just saying it's important to have those close Christian friends that can build you up and encouraging you, rather than the people that maybe aren't Christians. You want to be friends with them too. Jesus was friends with sinners, but he made sure that he had those close friends building him up when he went out to talk to those sinners. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, comment and I'll try to explain that better. Let's see, anything else I'd like to say? A few more verses that I thought were really great on this. Sincere friends speak truth in love, even when it hurts. So that verse says, an open rebuke is better than hidden love. Wounds from a sincere friend are better than many kisses from an enemy. And that's from Proverbs 27:5-6. So that's kind of saying like a friend has earned your trust, so you can be honest with them. And don't do it in a mean way, but if they need to hear something, like my best friends, I can tell them, hey, I don't think what you're doing is right, or I don't think you should gossip about that. And it's easier for me to tell them that because I'm their friend and I've earned their trust. Whereas someone that is not very close to them telling that might be harder to hear. So it's good to earn that trust. Let's see. What else? Oh, another one is true friends strengthen and help each other. And the verse that you find that in is Ecclesiastes 4:9-12. And it says, 2 people are better off than one, for one can help each other, help each other succeed. If one fails, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, two people lying close together can keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braid cord is not easily broken. So it's great to have friends close to you. And there is something that is also hard to talk about that I'm going to kind of finish with. And the truth is that sometimes we have seasonal friends, and they're not meant to be there your whole life. And that's been something hard for me to deal with in life, being like in a certain class with someone in college, and I'd do all my classes with them. We'd be super close, and then the next year I wouldn't have any classes with them, and we'd kind of not be friends anymore. Nothing really happened bad, but we just didn't remain close friends. And sometimes that's just how life goes. So don't feel like you did anything wrong. Sometimes you just have to learn to act like friends are sand in your hand. And the close ones, those few really close friends, that will stick in your hand, whereas the rest of them will kind of fall through, like sand just sliding through your hand. But those really close friends are the ones that are always going to be there for you. And I know that I have those, and you'll find those too if you haven't already. And a verse on that is Proverbs 26. It said, "Many will say they are loyal friends, but who can find one who is truly reliable?" And never forget that God is your best friend, and He will never leave you. So He's the true example. If you ever question what a friend is or how to keep one, go look in the Bible, and in the back it'll have friends, friendship, things, and go look at those verses. So I encourage you to look at that, and I really hope that this has helped you out today. And once again, thank you, Anna Grace, for giving me this topic. I look forward to next week's. Please comment below, and we'll continue this conversation. Bye!